Oh, what do you think? Is this a good spot?
Oh, it's really pretty here.
Oh, yeah. Should we start the show then?
Yeah, how do you want to start it?
We could do a song.
Okay. BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO Neeman Wyndham Oh my new goom. BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO Neeman Wyndham
oh my new goom.
Yeah, 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 yeah. All right, take two. Oh, it's really pretty out here, huh, honey?
Yeah, it sure is. I like being out here in the woods, being out here with Mother Nature. Oh, hey, BOOZHOO! Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. I am NANABOOZHOO, and this right here, is my lovely and talented sweetheart, Natasha. Ikadon BOOZHOO, sweetie.
BOOZHOO, Gakina! Welcome back to the show. We're coming to you live. Well, not live, pre-taped. From out here in the woods. From Aguaching.
Aguaching. Hey, let's make that the Ojibwe word, huh?
Yeah, okay.
Aguaching, outside. In the Anishinaabe-Moan, in the Ojibwe language, we say Aguaching when we say outside. Oh, wow.
Oh, geez, what is that?
Huh?
Is that a person?
Where?
Right there. Is that a bear?
What are you? Oh, no, it's just Sabe, honey.
Oh, brother, you scared us.
Hey, Niji, what's going on? Oh, it's a stud. Hey, everybody, it's Sabe, Bigfoot. Why don't you come over here and say Ikadon BOOZHOO to the Kakina. Say hello to everyone, Sabe.
Hello, love. Hello, mate. What's this then?
We're doing a podcast. It's the BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO podcast, and we teach an Ojibwe word every day.
An Ojibwe word? Oh, that's great. Can I teach them an Ojibwe word?
Well, we just did. It was Aguaching.
Oh. Can I teach them another one?
Yeah, sure, why not? Ladies and gentlemen, Sabe, Bigfoot. And what's the Ojibwe word you want to teach the people?
Well, let's make it a good one. How about a phrase? Miigwech bizandawiyeg. Thank you for listening.
Oh, that's perfect. And I want to say Miigwech bizandawiyeg to everyone who listens to our show. Coming to you, pre-taped. I am NANABOOZHOO, and this is Sabe.
BOOZHOO.
And of course, the lovely and talented Natasha.
BOOZHOO!
And I will see you again. Gigawabamin Minowa. Hoa.
Oh, that was a really good show, honey.
Yeah, you two are quite talented, I'd say.
Oh, get out of here now. Okay, BOOZHOO! BOOZHOO Nij Anishinaabe Doog, and welcome back to BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO,
The podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. I am Natasha.
and I am NANABOOZHOO, and today, our Ojibwe word of the day. You know what I was thinking, sweetie?
What's that?
Let's tell the story of Amik.
Yeah, okay.
Today's Ojibwe word of the day, Amik, beaver. And this is the story of how Beaver got his tail.
Oh, you gonna tell it? There's no snow on the ground yet.
Yeah, but it's already snowed once, so I think we're okay. You know, some people say, oh, you're not supposed to tell stories until there's snow on the ground. And so, you know, I went to my elder and I was like, hey, Jumbo, what's up with that? Can we tell stories when there's no snow on the ground? And Jumbo was like, oh, yeah. You know, back in the days of the grandfathers, you know, before we had TV and that, the storytellers, very sacred people. But the elders would say, hey, you know what? Don't be telling those stories in the summer We're going to be spending a lot of time indoors, so you want to save them. But anyway, so this is the story of Mick, a beaver, and how he got his flat tail. All right, you ready?
Okay, honey.
So back in the days of the grandfathers, Mick had a big fluffy tail, like a fox. And he was very proud of that tail. He sashayed through the woods, showing off his tail to anybody who would listen. He came up to Mukwa and the bear, and he goes, "Hey, Mukwa, check out my tail. Isn't it beautiful?" And Mukwa goes, "Oh yeah, that's a really nice tail. You must be very proud. Don't you wish you had a tail like mine?"
Oh, jeez.
Mukwa goes, "Oh, you know what? That tail's really nice, but I like my little tail just fine. It suits me." And then Mick was, "Oh, you're just jealous." And he turned on his heel and he walked away. Well, then he came up to Ondeg, the crow, and he goes, "Hey, Ondeg, check out my tail. Isn't it beautiful?" And Ondeg looked at his tail and he was like, "Oh yeah, that's a really nice tail. You must be very proud. Don't you wish you had a tail just like mine?" And Ondeg said, "You know what? That's a nice tail and all that, but I like my tail just fine. It helps me steer when I'm flying." And Ondeg was like, or Mick was like, "Oh, you're just jealous." And he turned on his heel and he walked off. Well, geez, he was just steamed that nobody was impressed with his tail. And he started chewing a tree. Well, usually, Mick was really good at dropping trees. He could drop them right where he wanted them. He was a great logger. But on this day, he was preoccupied, thinking about his friends who had insulted him. And instead of this particular tree, instead of dropping it forward, it started to fall backwards. And at the last second, he sees this tree coming towards him. And he jumps out of the way. And the tree lands with a smack. And it landed right on his tail. And he pulls his tail out. And now instead of it being all bushy and beautiful, it was flat like a pancake. And he started to cry. And he goes, "Oh, Gitchi Manadu, Great Spirit, what have you done to me? Look at my tail." And Gitchi Manadu came down. And he goes, "You know what? You did this to yourself. Because of all your pride and your ugly behavior, you weren't paying attention, and that tree fell on your tail, and now it's ugly. Because you behaved so ugly to your friends, now you have an ugly tail. But listen, I want you to do something. Jump in the water." And so Mick jumps in the water, and he sees for the first time, he's a great swimmer now. He's a really good swimmer, and he comes up and he says, "Gitchi Manadu, Great Spirit, I don't know what to say." And the Great Spirit said, "Don't say anything at all, but just notice that when you behave ugly things will happen. But not everything is just good or bad. That sometimes even what seems like a bad thing can turn out to be a blessing." And this has been the story of how Gitchi Manadu became a Buddhist. Nah.
Ah, jeez.
No, this is the story of how Mick got his tail. What do you think of that, sweetie?
Oh, that's a great story.
Okay then, you wanna send us out?
Okay. Well, thank you for listening. Miigwech Bizendawiyeg to BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO,
The podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. I am NANABOOZHOO.
and I am Natasha, and I will see you again. Gigawapamin, Minawa, Hoa. Oh, that was a really good story, honey.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Does it look like it snowed last night?
Well, there's definitely, snow on the ground.
Okay. Well then, maybe it'd be okay if we tell the creation story this morning.
Oh, that's a great idea.
All right. You want to get us started?
Okay. BOOZHOO Nish Anishinaabe Doog. Hello, my fellow Anishinaabe, and welcome back to BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO. Now, my name is Natasha, and please welcome the star of the show, NANABOOZHOO.
Hoka hey, miigwech weenie mushain. And BOOZHOO, everyone. Today, I think for our Ojibwe language lesson or whatever, we were just talking, the snow is on the ground. And so it is time for us to tell the stories. And today, we thought we would tell the creation story, the Anishinaabe story of the creation of Turtle Island. This is the creation of Turtle Island. All right, should we get going?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Back in the days of the grandfathers, when Gitche Manadu first put Anishinaabe on the earth, the original people lived in harmony with all of nature and with the Great Spirit's laws. After a while, though, the people, they started to become greedy and began to argue with each other. Brother turned against brother, children turned against their parents, and the families fell apart. They even started to kill each other over disagreements. Well, Gitche Manadu was seeing all this, and he goes, what a mess. I'm going to have to go down there and wash this all away and start over. So he created a great flood to purify the world. He made it rain, and it rained for 40 days and for 40 nights. When a storm broke, some of the animals gathered together on the surface of the water. There was the turtle was there, and the loon, and some guys were there, and Mashike, the turtle, he goes, what do we do now? This water stretches out all the way to the horizon. And then Zhangguishi, the mink, he speaks up. He goes, I know. I'm a great swimmer. I will dive down to the bottom, grab some earth, and bring it back to the surface. With the help of Gitche Manadu, the Great Spirit, and the Four Winds, I believe we can create a new land to live on. Oh, wow, they all thought this was a great idea. So Zhangguishi, he sets out into the depths of the water, and he swims down and down, and he's gone for a long time. Finally, the mink returned, and he was all exasperated and exhausted. He was all worn out. And he goes, it's really deep down there. I swam and I swam, but I couldn't even reach the bottom. Well, then the loon, Mong, he speaks up. He goes, hey, let me do it. I am the greatest swimmer here. I will dive down into the water, and I will swim down and grab some of that earth and bring it back for our new home. So Mong, the loon, he dives down into the water, and he swims and he swims, and he's gone for a long time. Finally, he comes back up to the surface, and he goes, it's too deep, the loon said. I swam as hard as I could, but I couldn't reach the bottom. Well, just then a little voice speaks up from outside the circle of those guys. And he goes, maybe I should give it a try. It was Wazhushk, the little muskrat. Oh, I don't think so, Wazhushk, Turtle says. If the great loon couldn't do it, what hope do you have? And the muskrat says, but I've got to give it a try. Okay, go ahead. And so Wazhushk dives down, and he starts swimming. And he swims and he swims. And all the animals waited in silence. As the minutes passed, they became more and more anxious. It's been gone a long time, Mishike said. Then from beneath the water, they could start to see a little dark figure rising to the surface. When the body emerged, they turned him over to see that it was indeed Wozhushk. The little muskrat had died. Oh, and the animals started to cry. Oh, poor little Wozhushk, they wailed. Why did you try to do such a dangerous thing? And they began to sing a mourning song. Their sorrowful voices carried far across the water. Then Mung noticed little Wozhushk's paw slowly open to reveal a little mound of sand. He had made it to the bottom after all. Zhongguishi exclaimed, "He did it! Wozhushk made it to the bottom. He sacrificed himself for us so that we may have a new start." And the animals cheered and started to sing a new song, an honor song praising the bravery, the little muskrat, and the ultimate price he paid. The Great Spirit heard this, and he called down in a booming voice, "Put that little bit of earth on the back of the turtle's shell," he said. So they placed the dirt on Mishike, the turtle. Then Gitchi Manadu commanded the four winds to blow at the same time, creating a tornado that began to transform the turtle. Mishike started to grow. As he grew and grew, the dirt multiplied on her back. She grew and grew until she was so great that she became the very land that we live on today. She became Mishike Minase, Turtle Island, or as we call her today, North America. Hey, Mishike Minase, Turtle Island. What do you think of that, sweetie?
Oh, you did a really nice job, honey.
All right, well, let's call that a show. You want to send us out, honey?
All right. Well, miigwech bizendaoyeg. Thank you for listening to BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO.
The podcast about Ojibwe language and culture.
I am Natasha.
And I am NANABOOZHOO, and I will see you again. Gigawaba min, Minowa. Hoa!
Oh, that's a really good story, honey.
Hey.